Coming up today, government procures 275 ambulances. Police names NDC's hawks as suspect of Kumasi shooting. SWAT commander testifies at Ayawaso Commission of Inquiry. 2019 Hajj fixed as 19,500 Ghana cedis. Iyoko saves Ghanaians from Ponzi scheme. Nanado to deliver State of Nations address. Ghana Armed Forces inducts new heads. The world's most anticipated plane finally lands. Hello there, welcome to News on DGN. This is the update. My name is Godwin Nambo. Let's go straight into our first story. It seems the no ambulance syndrome, which characterized the healthcare delivery in the country and thereby leading to preventable deaths, will soon be a thing of the past, following the acquisition of 275 ambulances by government. The ambulances are to be distributed to health facilities in every constituency in the country under the One Constituency, One Ambulance program. DGN News gathered that the ambulances were procured by the Ministry of Special Initiatives and will be handed over to the Ministry of Health for onward delivery to the health post when the full fleet arrives in April. The medical facilities unveiled at the Silver Star Auto Limited, dealers in Mercedes-Benz by Vice President Mahmoud Bawumia, are fitted with modern medical equipment and built to suit Ghana's rugged terrain. According to the Chief Executive Officer of the National Ambulance Service, Professor Ahmed Zakaria, 100 ambulances stationed at various ambulance service points across the country had become faulty, with many of them having engine-related faults, which he believed were due to bad road networks in the country. The effectiveness of emergency healthcare delivery in the country has been questioned in recent times, following the revelation that only 55 of the 155 ambulances at the National Ambulance Service were functional. This situation has forced many people to resort to the use of either commercial or private vehicles as ambulances to convey injured or sick persons to hospitals during an emergency are not enough. The new ambulances would therefore beef up government efforts to enhance emergency healthcare delivery. The provision of the ambulances is in fulfillment of a promise made by President Akufo-Addo in December 2018 to provide ambulances for all the 275 constituencies in a bid to improve emergency medical services in the country. Moving on, a team of crime officers from the Ashanti Regional Police Command were deployed to the regional office of the National Democratic Congress at Amekum in Kumasi after some men were reported to have invaded the premises shooting indiscriminately. Reports gathered indicate that the shootout occurred minutes after the national chairman of the NDC, Samuel Ofosu Ampafu, the General Secretary, Johnson Esiedun Ketia, and the Regional Executive Committee met at the party's regional office. According to reports, two rival vigilante groups, namely the Hawks and the Task Force, engaged in a fierce shootout leading to the death of one Wasiu Idrisu and another injured who is in a critical condition at the Komfo-Anokye Teaching Hospital. The NDC Secretariat in the region greatly condemned the clash, describing it as regrettable. Meanwhile, police gathered that the suspect in relation to the attack are members of the National Democratic Group, the Hawks. On the flip side, some 3 individuals suspected to be in connection with the attack were arrested but later granted bail. Still on governance, Commander-in-Charge of the Special Weapons and Tactics Unit of the National Security, Deputy Superintendent of Police Samuel Kojo Azugu, yesterday accounted of what led to the skirmishes at the recent Ayawaso West Wagon by-election. The Commission of Inquiry was set up by Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia in consultation with President Akufo-Addo on February 6, 2019. Chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Jean Mensah, Interior Minister Ambrose Derry, and National Security Minister Albert Kandapa made appearances on behalf of the Commission. Now, according to DSP Azugu, the masked men seen during the elections were operatives and informants of the national security. He also added that they wore the masks to disguise themselves for security reasons and not because they had bad motives. DSP Azugu averred that members of his team fired 6 warning shots and admitted to ordering those shots to be fired. He also told the Commission that he could not tell whether those who claimed to have sustained wounds were as a result of gunshots from his men or not. The gun shooting incident occurred on Thursday, January 31, 2019, at the residence of Mr. Brimpong during the by-election and left 6 persons injured. New Patriotic Party's candidates Lydia Saira Malasan and widow of the late Member of Parliament for the Ayawaso West Wagon constituency won the by-election. And now news in the Pilgrimage Affairs Office of Ghana, PAOG, in collaboration with Hajj Agents Association, has fixed this year's Hajj pilgrimage fare at 19,500 Ghana cedis, an equivalent of $3,500.
The quota for the 2019 Hajj is 6,000 pilgrims. The package for the entire pilgrimage is 19,500. What I mean is that actually the fare for a pilgrim is 19,500. We've reached out with the agents, and then all of us have agreed on the 19,500 for the pilgrim. 19,500 Ghana cedis. The equivalent in dollar is 3,750 US dollar. Or I say US dollars. Among the dollar, I like it, dollar. Then what do we do from here next? It means that from today, the pilgrims are going to start paying for the Hajj. And there should be a deadline. It shouldn't be that from now onwards until June, July, we are paying. Otherwise, there will be commotion. And the commotion will affect all of us. And therefore, there's a deadline for payment, and the deadline for the payment is April 30th, 2019.
The chairman, however, urged potential pilgrims to hasten in paying fees to respected Hajj agents. He appealed to all those who intend to embark on this year's pilgrimage to start paying their Hajj fares to avoid the last-minute rush, since there wouldn't be an extension of the April 30 deadline. According to Sheikh I.C. Quay, the PAOG had been allotted 6,000 slots for this year's pilgrimage, asserting that 2019 Hajj shall be among the best of the best from the PAOG. He advised pilgrims about what he called roadside agents, who had a tendency of promising pilgrims some protocol slots. According to him, it was only the government that can guarantee anyone a protocol slot. Sheikh I.C. Quay stated that pilgrims performing the Hajj more than once will pay an extra 2,000 Ghana cedis payable before a visa acquisition, as directed by the Saudi government to prevent multiple performances of Hajj. On his part, the chairman of Hajj Agents Association, Alhaji Isa Umar, also urged pilgrims to pay their fares early to enable their agents to effect facilitation of their travel within a specified 2 months, 2 weeks period, as agreed upon by both the Hajj Board and the Agents Association. And now the Economic and Organized Crime Office, EOCO, may have to come to the rescue of more than 9,000 customers who would have lost their investment with 3 financial institutions which were allegedly operating Ponzi schemes. The companies have been listed as Wealth Drive Ghana Limited, Global Coin Help Limited, and TCL Markets Ghana Limited. These companies had promised their customers interest rates of between 10 and 30% on their deposits while operating without a license. The 3 companies have been arraigned for prosecution. However, these companies are not alone. According to Mr. KK Amwa, Executive Director of EOCO, his office is still working on a docket of 25 other cases and expressed their hope that they would be submitted to the AG's department by the middle of next month. Mr. Amwa said, and I quote, "Already, we have done some work on the Opuni case, which is currently in court, that of the Operational Business Suit OBS, the Social Security and National Insurance Trust SNIT, and the latest one involving Sedinam Tamakula Tionu, a former boss of the Microfinance and Small Loan Center, Maslock. Other microfinance companies that had defaulted in payments to its customers include Ellis Microfinance, Shine Microfinance, Jedifu Adamfo Microfinance, Brisk Microfinance, African Guarantee and Access Microfinance," Mr. Amwa added. Furthermore, he said since 2017, EOCO had recovered 61.43 million Ghana cedis from those engaged in tax fraud, with the recoveries having since been passed on with the Scholarship Secretariat, the Ghana Education Service (GES), and the Ghana Revenue Authority (GRA), as well as institutions that fell victim to the criminal act. However, the three companies facing possible prosecution, namely Drive Ghana Limited, Global Quen Help Limited, and TCL Market Ghana Limited, are reported to be adhering to payments to their customers as requested by the Yoko. Moving on, all is set for President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo to deliver the State of the Nation address, also referred to as SONA, come Thursday, February 21st. Article 67 of the Constitution mandates the delivery of the State of the Nation address. It reads, and I quote, "The President shall, at the beginning of each session of Parliament and before a dissolution of Parliament, deliver to Parliament a message on the state of the nation." This will be Nana Addo's third delivery of the SONA since he assumed office in January 2017. The President is expected to state progress made in the economic, health and agricultural sectors, as well as measures being taken to address the challenges in those sectors. He will also use the opportunity to outline success in the implementation of flagship projects such as the Free Senior High School Education Policy, One District, One Factory, One Village, One Dam, One Constituency, $1 million, and a Planting for Food and Jobs program. Majority Chief Whip in Parliament, Mr. Kwesi Ameyaw, while delivering the business statement of Parliament for this week, urged his colleagues to be punctual for the occasion. Mr. Chairman said, and I quote, "Pursuant to the convention of this House, members are urged to be punctual and accordingly be in the chamber latest by 9:15 a.m. as it may not be courteous for members to exit the chamber after the President has entered the House to deliver his address. Indeed, it is a breach of protocol," unquote. Mr. Ameyaw Chairman again advised members not to enter the chamber with their guests. Now, the Ghana Armed Forces has held a religious induction service for three newly promoted senior officers: Rear Admiral Seth Amamwa, Chief of the Naval Staff, Air Vice Marshal Frank Hansen, Chief of Air Staff, and Major General Thomas Oponpepra, Chief of Staff, General Headquarters, Burma Camp, were successfully inducted into the Ghana Armed Forces. The ceremony, attended by senior military officers including Chief of Defense Staff (CDS) Lieutenant General Obed Boama Akwa, took place on Sunday at the Burma Camp Garrison Methodist Presbyterian Church in Accra. Lieutenant General Akwa, who was the guest of honor, asserted that the religious induction parade was organized to formally build cohesion in the military. Retired Reverend Colonel John K. Otu, who presided over the induction service themed "In Him We Trust," advised the officers not to be overtaken by the power, honor, authority and influence, but rather adhere to their mission and vision in discharging their duties and train new officers. Rear Admiral Amwama briefly spoke on behalf of his colleagues and commended the Commander-in-Chief, President Akufo-Addo, for recognizing their efforts and praised their predecessors for improving the military. They also promised to serve with diligence and continue to promote professionalism in the military. One of the world's most anticipated planes has finally landed. The Airbus Beluga XL has completed a key round of testing at Hawarden Airport in Wales, ahead of entering service later this year. The Beluga XL, the first of 5, will be one of the biggest aircrafts in the skies, with the Airbus 380 and Boeing 747 now on their way out. The plane is a successor to the Beluga or Airbus A300-600 ST, which has been in operation since 1995. The plane's distinctive bulbous shape has earned its nickname the Flying Whale due to its strong resemblance to the white-colored Arctic dwelling mammal, the beluga. "We used to say that in Toulouse or in Hamburg, the kids recognized the beluga," said Bertrand Gross, head of the Beluga XL program. "They love this very special plane," he said. However, if you're ready to buy your ticket, I wouldn't be so hasty, as you won't be able to ride in it. The Beluga is a super transporter cargo plane designed by Airbus to fly its aircraft components between European production sites and its final assembly lines in Toulouse, Hamburg, and Tianjin. You could say the design is both functional as well as cute, with its wheel-like nose, which also improves the craft's aerodynamics efficiency. Plane lovers from across the UK gathered in Wales to see the arrival of the Beluga XL on Thursday, and again to see it depart for Toulouse in France on Saturday. "This plane is, I would say, iconic for our company," said Gross. "This is the workhouse for Airbus, so it is more than a plane. It is what enables Airbus to build aircraft every day, he added. We have more stories for you on our website at dailyguidenetwork.com, or get interactive with us via Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at the Daily Guide Network. Whilst you're online, you can get interactive with me on Facebook and Instagram at Godwin Nambo. The update is brought to you by Diamond Cement, powered by Press Express and supported by Casa Clothing. The update returns with my colleague Lady Polos tomorrow. Until then, enjoy the rest of our programs.